If you're a PCS in the Norfolk Naval Station, Joint Base Fort Story, or even thinking about PCS into NAS Oceana, you've probably heard that Chesapeake, Virginia is the market for you if you're going to be anywhere assigned on the South Side. Well, that could be possibly true, but in today's video, we're going to break down what that journey could look like exactly from my perspective, who PCS to the Hampton Roads market, not once, but twice over a 21-year military career. My name is Craig Hughes, and I'm with the Moving in Norfolk team. And if this is your first time joining us today, I want you to know that you need to go ahead and ring that notification bell and subscribe to the channel so that way you can be the first to learn about any and everything that's taking place in the Chesapeake, Virginia market and across Hampton Roads. And I get phone calls and text messages from viewers like you each and every week looking to make a smooth move and PCS to the Hampton Roads market. And I love every single moment of it. So feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text at 757-294-8163. And let us help you make that journey to the Hampton Roads market where you can feel smooth about the journey that you're making when it comes down to PCSing to Chesapeake, Virginia, or any one of the other 6 of the 757 cities. So let's talk about exactly what we're going to break down for you in this video today. We're going to be breaking down exactly the pros and cons, military family edition for Chesapeake, Virginia. And we're going to talk to you about everything that you need to know about PCSing. And we're going to break it down very smoothly for you because I got one of those things where I think is going to help us make sure that we don't miss anything for you. We got a presentation that you can download in the description as well too. We'll leave a link down there for you, but we're going to break all this down for you and more. Now, what I really want to do first before we get to that is just talk to you about a little bit about what you can expect going forward when we come to these videos. Now, you're going to get a lot more in-depth details that we've already given you, but on a different grander scale, because right now the movinginnorfolk.com is now up and running, and we have everything that you need to know over there, especially if you're thinking about PCS. So what I really want you to do is make sure that you head on over to our military movinginnorfolk.com. We'll leave that link down below for you as well, where you can already get started on making sure that you're making a smooth PCS move over to our market as well, where we have Naval Station Norfolk, Joint Base Little Creek, Naval Station Oceana, Joint Base Langley uses area guides already built out for you, where you can actually head over to one of these guides. You can see the hospitals, you can see the schools, you can see all the supermarkets and public transportation, and even videos on that market as well near you in that military base community, and the most recent listings close to that base as well too. Not only that, but you can also get our relocation guide as well too, or a full market report on that base if you're thinking about moving to that location. So this is one of those things where if you want our full relocation guide, definitely feel free to access that on our movinginnorfolk.com website /military-relocation. We'll leave all that link down below for you, but let's get directly into our video here. I want to talk to you about PCSing. PCSing is one of those major things that could be a hard thing to do, whether it's your first time, your third time, your seventh time. Each time is a little bit different. And let me make that very clear. When I actually joined the military and I left boot camp, my first military station was in Norfolk, Virginia. So as a young adult at 18 years old, I had to move to Norfolk Naval Station on my own. And I had to go through the rigors of ups and downs of that. But then I got married at 21, and getting married at 21, I had to relocate my wife to the location as well too. And that was an adjustment period for her as well. Now, gone are the days where we didn't have cell phones that told us where to go, how to navigate, getting the GPS. I remember the times when we were still using MapQuest, or she was having to write down directions in a notebook to make sure she knew how to get from point A to point B while I was out on the water underway. Now, futuristically wise, we're sitting in a better position than you ever could be when it comes to making a PCS move. But there's still some daunting things that you have to consider when you're actually going through these moments. Like right now, I really want you to think about, do you already know what city you're going to live in? Are you already aware how to use your VA loan? Are you already thinking about when can you actually start making the negotiation process for an offer on the property? Have you even considered, are you going to rent or are you going to own? These are all things that you have to consider. And not only on top of that, you got school age children. What schools are they going to? What is the best school zones? What are some of the things that you need to be aware of when it comes to reviewing school zones? These are all things that a lot of people put a lot more stress on themselves, and it can be a very stressful period. And we didn't even talk about your household goods just yet at all. So to me, in this video, I want to help you understand exactly what it is that you need to understand about the area, the lay of the land when it comes to Chesapeake, Virginia. But we're also going to talk about this from a very different perspective, where it's going to be more so tailored towards my military community. And if you know anyone in the military community who's actually moving to the 757, this is one of the videos that they should be watching. So I really want you to make sure that you share this with them and let them know exactly the importance of PCSing. So let's talk about some of the things that I really want to make sure that you're aware of when it comes down to it. So really and truly, let's talk about this from a perspective of military families need a guide. They need a guide to understand exactly the checklist of things that they really need to do. This helps give them structure and order in a crazy time of their lives when things can get out of whack. And I'm here to make sure that we navigate that appropriately. So let's just talk about what you're going to get out of our video today. Okay, you're going to get honest pros and cons of what's going on in the Chesapeake, Virginia market. We're going to give you very military specific insights as well too, and I'm going to give you practical details. So really and truly, no BS. We're going to be very straightforward with you. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. I really want to make sure you get a real deal feel for what Chesapeake, Virginia could actually feel like to you as you're actually PCSing here. But on top of that, I want to make sure I give you the military insights that you need to know about the lay of the land, especially if this is your first time actually PCSing to this local region. But then also, I want to make sure that you can expect the unexpected, but also prepare you for more than just a typical relocation. Now, one of the most important things about this is that you will know that Hampton Roads is one of the biggest military installations across the board in the United States. So when it comes to this area, there's going to be so many different options and opportunities available to you from a military perspective that it's going to come down to a lot of times about what is it that you're actually looking for. Are you looking for leisure? Are you here to just work and get out of here in an amount of time? Is this a place where you think that you can lay grassroots at for a while? Is this a place where you may retire, similar to me? This could be so many things to so many people that we really want to make sure that we identify exactly what it is that you're looking for. So to me, this is one of those where I want you to get the most out of this video today. So if it's something that we leave out of this video, definitely comment down below and let us know exactly what it is that you're dealing with, and we will help you as best as possibly we can. And that's very important to me. I want to make sure that my military community understands that they still have people, even after service, who are looking after them and looking to help them make sure they get exactly what it is that they need. Now, the first thing first about Chesapeake, Virginia is that it's going to be close to everything. In the lay of the land of Chesapeake, it's going to be very much close to everything that you can desire for. So let's just pull up the map and let's just go over exactly what you can find of Chesapeake, Virginia actually is going to look like when it comes to being close to everything. Okay, and I'm going to break this down for you. So let's just go ahead and pull that up on the map real quick and get this up for you. All right, so here we go. We're going to talk about Chesapeake here, and we'll just show you exactly where we're at here. So let's having technical difficulty. There we go. So now you'll see this is Chesapeake here. Okay, now when we talk about Chesapeake, this whole region, this whole outline is going to be Chesapeake. So let's just pull this up on the map here, get you a little all right, so you'll see you got all this border here is all Chesapeake. Okay, this is going to give you everything that you need to do here, right? That you need to know. This is the boundary for Chesapeake across the board. So now that we know that that's Chesapeake, to your west, you're going to have Suffolk over here. Okay, to your east, you're going to have Virginia Beach over here. Then to the north, you're going to have Norfolk here. Okay, then you're going to have Portsmouth here as well. Okay, so these are your areas. So you have Portsmouth, you have Norfolk, you have Virginia Beach, you have Suffolk. Okay. And so these is very centralized to a lot of places. So this is where I wanted to start the conversation at, because when you see where these areas are, you can see that right now Chesapeake has so many things going on here for a big region. So now what I want to do is I'm going to clear that. Okay. We're just going to clear all of this. And then we're going to bring back, let's see here. Oh, sorry. Bear with me. I'm cleaning this all up. Okay, so now here we go. So we'll bring up a different color here to actually highlight the city of Chesapeake. So, oh, let's get the brush back. So we'll highlight the city of Chesapeake here, right? So now you have your cities inside of Chesapeake that a lot of people like to have neighborhoods that they like. So you got Greenbrier, you got Western Branch, then you have South Norfolk, then you have Great Bridge, you have Hickory, you have Deep Creek. These are all neighborhood subdivisions inside of Chesapeake that a lot of people find housing demand in and wants to be at. So to me, when you're looking at these communities, you have so many opportunities across the board in Chesapeake, and they're all different vast areas. Like Greenbrier is going to be more of your centralized urban field community. Okay. South Norfolk is going to be more so of a blend of Portsmouth, Norfolk, and Chesapeake all in one. And it's going to have its amenities as well. If you've seen our Chesapeake Square videos recently, you'll know that that is the Western Branch area of town as well. And that is going to be a vastly different community. Not, it's going to be more of a suburban type of community as well. And if you come down to Great Bridge and Hickory, this could be more of that country feel, get you a little bit away from the city, but still have suburbia around you. And this is going to be zoned for some of the best, stronger school zones that we actually have, according to niche.com, in the area. But this all is commutable. Like, that's what's really important here, is that this area is actually very commutable. Okay. So when you talk about the commute times, you're going to say, let's just look at the basis here. Let's just take a look. So you have Naval Station Norfolk here, that if you was actually in Chesapeake, you will be able to commute from here to there. Then you actually have over here, this is where you're going to find your Joint Base Fort Eustis. In this area is going to be NAS Oceana, and you're going to have Portsmouth Hospital here. And these areas are very vast. So you can get to point A to point B pretty smoothly within a realm of 30 minutes, most directions where you're going. So to me, this is where you're going to see a lot of that information come down to, where it's very close to everything, like we said at the height of this video. So I think this is where you're really going to get a lot of a feel for the community. And I want to say that that's going to be very important to you. So commutes are always going to be there. And I mean, let's talk about it. If you're a dual income family, this is going to be even more important as well too, because your job could be one spouse's job could be in Norfolk, one spouse's job could be in Virginia Beach, but Chesapeake can be in between both of them depending on where you're living at. So to me, this gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you a little bit of a blend. We're going to get into a lot more detail here, but this is a very good pro, in my opinion, that is very close to everything, and it leaves it where you don't have to feel like you're so far away in so many different areas or so many different regions of the market as well. Now, the Chesapeake does have suburbs, and they are sometimes built and needed for military families. Okay, like you're going to talk, like we just talked about, Great Bridge, Hickory, and Grassfield, and even Greenbrier have some suburban areas that you can actually find yourself in. Now, to me, these are going to be more established neighborhoods. Some of them are going to feel rural. They're going to have larger lots like in Hickory. And then some of them are going to have newer construction like in Grassfield. And if you want to see any of our videos on that, we have plenty of neighborhood tours that we'll leave linked down below, but you can also access them as part of the area guides on movingtonorfolk.com, to where you can actually see it and get the feel for the communities that you're thinking about actually considering, or even trying to get more information on when it comes down to it. Because we're here to help you not only just identify the communities, maybe even make a better choice about what city you want to live in, but help you also land those homes as well too. And we have all that laid out here for you in so many different ways. So I really want you to make sure that you access that playlist, check out all the things that we talk about when it comes to Chesapeake, and check out our neighborhood tours, because we are definitely making sure that we're updating those as thoroughly as possible each and every week. and you're going to continue to see that coming from us. So I really want you to take that into consideration. Now, Chesapeake, they offer so many different lifestyle opportunities when it comes to subdivisions that I think that it's going to be very important, whether you don't want HOA, whether you do want to be part of an HOA, whether you just want to be rural, whether you want just to have a big house on a couple of acres, you can find all those things available to you. And I really like the opportunity that you can have in this market currently. So that's another pro is that they have a lot of suburbs here. Now, strong school zones is going to be very important as well, especially if you have young children, middle school children, or even those that's going to high school and they're looking to transition to universities here as seniors. This is going to be one of those things that is going to be very important. And sites like niche.com and greatschool.org do a great job of ranking schools and giving you an idea about what's going on inside school zones. Now, as a real estate agent, I'm not here to talk to you about the schools itself. I'm here to let you know that Chesapeake is known from my clients' perspectives of having some of the best school zones available across the market. Virginia Beach has great school zones. York County has very good school zones as well too. It just depends on where you're living at in the region, how these school zones are going to match up to what your intent and how you feel about it. Now, one of the things that I always like to talk to people about here just for a second is that school zones are going to be predicated exactly on what it is that needs to be addressed when it comes to your specific child. So to me, I always look at it as you need to have conversations with the school administrators about what's the expectations that they have and do they correlate with what you're looking for your child to get the best education going for and set forth in. Now, we do have private school opportunities as well too in the area, but a lot of times public schools is going to be just as ideal, depends on the community that you're living in. So to me, I think this is going a step further where you just have to take the time out to make sure that you're getting into the weeds about what's going to be addressable to your child. Because at the end of the day, one school can have strong school ratings, but it may not be the ideal fit for your child and not be able to make it a seamless transition for them, especially when they're actually in school, they're transitioning from one area of the world to another part, and they're actually either one well more advanced than what your school's actually teaching here, or they're a little bit behind versus what the school teaching here. So these are all things that I think that you need to take into consideration. And schools like Hickory, Grassfield, and Great Bridge are doing a great job of even making sure that they're staying consistent across the board to receive those ratings. But you also want to make sure that you're doing your legwork to make sure that they are going to address the concerns that you have as a parent for your school-age child. So let's move on to commutes. We talked about that a little bit here when we said that Chesapeake was close to everything. But remember, I want you to understand, if you don't understand anything else I say today, make sure that you get your Easy Pass transponder. And the reason why that is important, because there's going to be plenty of days where traffic is going to get backlogged, whether that's on the high-rise bridge, whether that's on the Chesapeake Expressway, or even in the downtown tunnel. And if it's the downtown tunnel, the midtown tunnel, or even the high-rise bridge, those are Easy Pass tolls as well too. Especially if you're in the high-rise bridge and you're getting in the Easy Pass lane, that pass lane could be anywhere from $4.70 some days to about $14 one way some days. Now, oftentimes it's usually about 65 cents going one way or so, but traffic does get heavy in the evenings here and first thing in the morning where everybody's making their natural commute to work. So if you're one of those that's going to military bases, like in those areas, whether that's NAS, Oceana, Portsmouth, or Naval Station, Norfolk, I highly recommend having an Easy Pass transponder to make sure that this does not affect you when it comes to peak commute times in our area. Okay, so now Chesapeake is not considered a very walkable city. Now, if you live near Greenbrier, you do have some walkable opportunities there because all the shops, dining, and restaurants are there. So, and if you live in one of those communities, or even if you're renting in that area, it's going to help you actually get to where you want to go. You can actually walk a lot of places in that area. But outside of that, is a very commutable transportation town. You're going to need a vehicle, or you're going to need access to public transportation. And here's a secret. Public transportation is not that great in our local market here. It's getting better. It has some great things that it does and some initiatives that's in place. But for the most part, everyone here needs a vehicle. So I really want you to make sure that you won't find a lot of walkable sidewalks, or if you do have walkable sidewalks, there's not plenty of great destinations that you're going to without a commute with a vehicle. So make sure that you take that into consideration as well too. I know as things become even more green around here in evolution, you're going to see more walkable areas. You're going to have more walkable destinations. But just right now, we're just not there just yet. And I really want to make sure that I press that upon you that yeah, it's going to have a little bit of something, but it's not going to have a whole lot of nothing. Okay. So you can walk the breweries, you can walk the coffee shops in certain areas, but it's not going to have a vibrant nightlife scene. It's really going to be just what you're going to have to travel for those things. And it's going to have a couple strip malls here and there, shopping centers here and there. You're going to have your big box retailers like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, things of that nature. But for the most part, you're going to be commuting to those areas as well. Now, as it stands today, at the time of the recording of this video, the average market right now since July 31st has seen a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, over 2,000 square feet on average cost about $445,000 for sale. Okay, that's about $217.60 per square foot that we've seen in the Chesapeake market, and on average, homes are selling within 31 days or less in that market as well too. Now, I really just want to stress that depends on where you're at in budget wise, depends on the quality of home that you're going to be looking at when it comes to the Chesapeake market. A lot of times people move to this market because it gives them a lot more space. On average, about 30% more space than Norfolk or Virginia Beach. Okay. Now, Suffolk is right there on par with Chesapeake as well. But typically, when you're finding these homes in those ranges, you're going to be about almost $450,000 in. If you're looking for the upgrades in a home, like garage, fenced yards, updated interiors. If it's outdated a little bit, you're going to see that creep back into about the 380s to 370s. And then if it's down, it's just in distress, you can still see a distressed property go from about 250 to 275 in our Chesapeake market. So take that into consideration as well too. And this is why I want you to look at our neighborhood tours so you can see exactly what we see when we go through these communities, and you can understand more about the lay of the land of Chesapeake and the evolution of Chesapeake that's going on right now as well. So definitely check that out, and you can access those videos on our website here, movingtonorfolk.com, or on YouTube as well. So, and property taxes is going to be a huge thing here for our military personnel, okay? So Chesapeake isn't the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive. You're going to see about $1.05 per hundred on assessed value when it comes to property taxes in the Chesapeake market. The average home is about $500,000 in Chesapeake. So you'll see that's about $5,200 in property tax assessment, give or take here or there. Now, if you are a 100% permanent total disabled veteran recognized by the VA, Chesapeake does exempt property taxes for those members. So if you was thinking about moving to the Chesapeake market and you was looking to purchase a home, remember your mortgage is going to be your principal, your insurance, your taxes, and your principal, your taxes, insurance, and so I'm losing it, guys. Principals, insurance, taxes, and interest. Okay, so remember, if you have to pay taxes and you are a veteran, you could have not only your VA funding fee waived if you have a 10% or more, but if you have a 100% disabled rating and permanent and total considered by the VA, then you could have your property taxes exempt by the city of Chesapeake as well. So that can make your payment in this situation annually $5,200 less than what it would be if you had to pay the full $5,200. So take that into consideration as well. And then you're starting to see, like in Centerville Turnpike, over in Great Bridge, over in certain parts of South Norfolk, you're starting to see new construction come up and come more available. Even in Western Branch as well, we're seeing new townhomes come available. You're seeing single family homes as well. And you'll see that there's going to be a lot of more builder concessions towards military communities as well too, because right now we're seeing interest rates are being very steady. Right now, at the time of this recording, they're sitting around about 6.63 on the 30-year fix. And if you're talking about the VA loan, you're talking about on average is about 6.24. So they've been very steady at 6.2 or 6.3 tremendously across the board for a while. And so builder incentives are important right now. So take that into consideration as well when it comes down to new construction. Now, here's what it comes down to. Is Chesapeake right for you? Like, could it be the perfect fit? I mean, you got to bring out, if you're prioritizing schools for your kids, that could be a check mark for you. If you are looking for more space and more yard, more rural area, that could be a check off the box for you. And if you're looking for great neighborhoods, then you can find that more likely in Chesapeake. And if you're looking for an opportunity to have strong resale potential, if you decide to PCS in 3 to 5, 8 years from now from this area, then Chesapeake more than likely is going to continue to boom the way that it is. Remember, we are always seeing turnover every year from military leaving and military coming in. So that rotation is just going to keep on steadying the board for values to continue to increase over time, because our military communities are continuing to see turnover and reassignment every year. Now, if you are a dual income household, you need central access. This could be actually for you as well too. Now, here's where you may want to consider other areas. If you're looking for nightlife, commute to quality of life that you're looking for is not just right. It may not be the perfect fit for you in Chesapeake. That could be a thing as well too. If you prefer walkable neighborhoods, Virginia Beach or Norfolk may be more of an ideal fit than Chesapeake right now, accordingly. Okay. So if you want access to the beach, tourist attractions, that's going to more likely be in Virginia Beach. But you can also remember Norfolk has East Ocean View, where it has East Beach as well. So you can have some access to beaches there as well too. And also, if you're on a tight budget, I mean, $450,000 on average is a lot of home, and it's a lot of payment for a lot of individuals as well too. So if you want something that gives you the same space and feel, you may be a little bit more a little bit further west, like Suffolk, Franklin, Carrollton, areas like that, to actually get the same value that you're looking for in Chesapeake. But also that balance is going to be a commute. You're probably going to have a higher commute, longer commute, if that's the case as well too. So take that into consideration. Now, I really want to go back and let you know that, hey, make sure you go over to movingtonorfolk.com and get access to our PCS relocation checklist. We made that available for you guys. I want you to make sure that you get access to it. Definitely, if you go over there, I will show you exactly where you can find it at on the website. Matter of fact, because I just want to make sure that we get you guys exactly what you need from us as well. So if you come over to actually our page, if you go over to the movingtonorfolk.com, if you come up here to services, military relocation, and you can start your PCS journey here. Where you click this is going to ask you for a little bit of information about what your journey looks like, and then we'll be able to craft the actual journey help search customizable to you to help you get where you want to go. But if you come down here and you sign up for your free relocation guide here, we have made sure that we have crafted our relocation guide to not just be full of fluff, but make sure that you are actually getting the details and information that you need, because I understand the stressors of it all when it comes down to making sure that you are actually a part of something that makes sense for you when you actually move into a community. You want to actually not get into a community and have regret about that community. And I've been there. I want to make sure that you do not have that. So this is why I think this is very important. Access that relocation guide over at movingtonorfolk.com. We'll leave a link down in the description for you, so that way that you can make sure that you get access to that at any time that you need it. All right. So from there, if you want, you can also book your 101 call strategy guide with us. Strategy call. We actually have our calendar on the website as well, so you can access our calendar if you want to book that call, or you can just shoot me a text or shoot me an email, anyone that you want. But if you want to give me a text, 757-294-8163. We are ready to help you craft exactly the journey that you're looking for to land where you want to in Chesapeake, Virginia, because I understand exactly why it's so important to make sure that you are PCSing to the community of your choice. Okay. So make sure you do that for yourself. And I just want to make sure that you understand that 21 years of service, I understand it really and truly very well of how important it is to make sure that your family is balanced and making that transition with you to whatever city that you're showing up in. And in Chesapeake, Virginia provides a lot of opportunity to our service members to actually call that place home. But really and truly, it's going to always be based and predicated on exactly what it is that you're looking for. I hope that you found value in this content. So I want you to go ahead and hit me with a like if you have. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well, and ring that notification bell, so that way you can be the first to learn about any and everything that's going on in the Chesapeake, Virginia market and across Hampton Roads as well too. And before I go, I want you to check out this video right here, because this is going to be a very helpful one as well too. And I'll catch you in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Peace.